today, Giuliani has officially lost the defamation lawsuit that was brought forward by Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss.
Oh, no.
He lost in a summary judgment because he refused to turn over discovery and follow the rules of the court, rules of evidence.
He's an attorney. He's a fucking attorney. He knows what's going to happen. What is going on? When did Rudy Giuliani go from that guy to this guy? And the thing with the legal fees. The report was it was a handshake deal.
Yes.
Rudy Giuliani knows Trump better than anybody. He made I'm not making a handshake deal with the dude. Dude, not only do I want you to sign a contract, I want the money in an escrow account that we can access.
The guy in Florida. Was it Corcoran made him pay $3 million up
his
front
attorney up front
before he would even sign it?
He knows the deal.
There's going to be a trial to determine the damages, but the case is over. He lost. Its judgment's out. Now they'll determine damages, which there's no cap on that. He's already been sanctioned almost $100,000.
Wow. Well, that's just the sanctions.
Mm-hmm. Well, he refused to do what he knew he had to do. He turned over fewer than 200 documents, a single page of communications, and as the judge said, a sliver of needed financial documents and blobs of indecipherable data. Oh, blobs. He did your ex-wife's trick where you get the same piece of evidence 7 times, and then you get ink blobs and a picture from the children's graduation. Yeah.
So what she would do is it always seemed like she had copied 2 stacks of 500 pieces of paper and then just went and then handed 1,000 pages and you're like, this is the same shit over and over.
We got a receipt. Remember we got a receipt like for Bevmo or something?
Yeah.
It was like, that's what he did. He just tried to not do what he was supposed to do, so he lost. So this guy's lost everything. That's going to be his house in New York.
His responsibility, his fault, 100%. How do you keep trusting this fuck who continues? And it goes to what I said. If Trump didn't have anything on these people would have flipped on him a long time ago. That's why the lower level people, I think the guy that's the security guard and the guy who ran like the tech at Mar-a-Lago, he doesn't have any video on those guys. They're just workers. They're just dudes. Yeah. So that guy finally flipped. Walt Nada, he doesn't have anything on him. Nada's staying loyal because I'm sure he was promised some money. But why would all these very powerful people, I keep going to that, why would all these powerful people continue to agree with this guy? And we can see where it's going. I'm not a genius, and I can see you guys are going to, half of you are at least going to jail.
Because he's the fucking dumbass Pied Piper.
No,
he heard the half of these morons.
But even then,
he has political power.
But he doesn't really have any. Really, it's kind of perceived. Okay, all right, okay, let's say it is. But if he didn't have anything on all these politicians, right? Yeah. Lindsey Graham.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Lindsey Graham, right? But wouldn't you just go? No, we got our ass handed to us twice now. We got it in midterms, the presidency, and the midterms. We got our ass handed to us. Well, let's just get rid of this guy. And they're like, okay, let's get rid of this guy because he's a loser, right? God, he's a loser. He's done. Trump's a loser. Everybody says it. He doesn't have anything on Asa Hutchinson, which makes me think Asa Hutchinson's a good guy. He doesn't have anything on Kinzinger, a good guy. Liz Cheney, honestly, if you think about who is come against them, who's the other guy in the Congress that's flat out? So, Christie. He's obviously got nothing on Christie, but I think something different. I think Christie, because he's a New York guy, has something on him. I think because if you notice, Trump never really says shit about Christie, and Christie's been handing him his ass.
He did one time when this all started,
but he stopped.
Post a fat shaming meme or something. Remember, he had him at a buffet or something.
Which Trump posting a fat shaming meme?
Hey, he's 215 pounds, 6'3".
If that isn't the potato curry calling the meatball, whatever.
So I think that Epstein's all that stuff that disappeared. I think Trump has. My theory, guys. I'm making this up as I go. But I can't figure out why anybody would continue to take this shit from this guy unless he had so much on him.
I really think that it's because they realize that he has so much political pull and they are so addicted to power over anything else that because he's still leading the polls. He's leading the polls. Yeah. And if they had somebody who was higher up, I think that they would.
Let's be clear. He's not leading the polls. He's only leading in the Republican polls. He's
well,
not.
That's what I mean. Who can take
well,
over
no
Biden?
labels. It just came out that Harlan Crow is a major funder of No Labels. Some big Trump donors are behind. So it's really all designed because they know he can't win anymore. I think it's designed if people vote for that party candidate, then Trump. It's a vote for Trump.
So we even have the people that are running the polls are literally so partisan we can't believe the polls. Not that we ever could. I mean,
no, I'm saying No Labels, the third party option that's emerging. They are being funded by big Trump donors.
The third party for the Democrats is being funded by Harlan
It's not
Crow.
the Democrats. It's a third party.
But wouldn't that be genius though? Because how do you take votes away from Biden? You fund a third party Democrat.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying. You know, we agreed the whole time and we still argued. That's crazy.
We went around this table.
By the way, welcome to marriage. Here's what happens. So you're actually agreeing on something, and yet
Still
it
fighting.
sounds like an argument. We're totally in 100% agreement. And
no, you
angry.
were you were confused at first. I think you thought I was saying
welcome to
you
marriage.
said someone that was running the polls. It's not the person running the polls.
I thought you were saying that he was financing the people that did the research. So you were saying that he's funding a third party candidacy against.
And there's been some talk that Manchin might be that candidate. I don't know if
Manchin,
that's.
By the way, here's what I don't get. I don't get.